we go. Joe, set the stage. What's on the line here, boy?
Everything is on the line. International Pride Series tied at 2. Border City Wrestling versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. One man will return to the locker room, a hero. One will return thoroughly defeated.
Okada will enjoy a height and weight advantage, whereas Sabin will enjoy an experience advantage. Let's see how that plays out.
Two men, indeed, former world champions. Okada, a world champion up until less than a week ago, defeated by the phenomenal AJ Styles when AJ joined that Bullet Club faction. A 25-minute war. You hang with a guy like AJ that long, just further icing on the cake of what Okada's capable of.
Of course, Okada synonymous with chaos in New Japan, but right now a very methodical style here from Okada. I'm going to keep a close eye on Okada's hips, where he places his hands on his opponent.
Great respect.
See, I don't get that. What does a handshake do for the match? What does that do for you?
It shows a competitive appreciation.
Enough.
There's a lot on the line here, but certainly respect is always prevalent.
Nice trap there. Joint manipulation.
Now, Okada has called himself the ace of the new era, which has certainly been controversial and offensive to some, especially in the Tanahashi camp. What's your analysis on Okada potentially becoming the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Well, Okada's matches with Tanahashi are highly acclaimed, and I'm a believer in new stars. I'm a believer that everyone deserves a chance. So why not Okada?
Okada, the youngest ever victor of New Japan's premier tournament, the G1 Climax. He was 24 years old when he won that honor. In addition, as we see a collision, nobody moves.
You'll notice Okada steps hard with his left foot when his opponent comes off. That prevents Okada from falling down. Little things to watch on these great wrestlers. Footwork. Whoop.
Amazing head scissors by Sabin. This truly is, even if you don't factor in the best of 5, this is a dream match anywhere in the world.
Oh.
Right now, Sabin controlling the situation. Early cover, only one.
And you have to take into account that the rings in New Japan are structured differently. Of course, they're still squares, but they're structured differently, and you have to wonder how every fall affects someone like Okada, who's not used to United States or North American rings.
Sabin's another individual, certainly much like his former tag partner Alex Shelley, that is so seamless and so fluid in the ring, it's almost impossible to keep up with.
Well, it's the training. It says a lot about where these guys are training. If you're thinking about becoming a pro wrestler, you need to find the proper training. Don't just go ahead and jump into the first school or the first person that asks you to give them their money. You need to vet, do your research, find out where the best places are for you to learn your craft, even if you have to drive a few hundred miles. Cover here.
When you talk about that, Okada studied extensively in the Torreon school in Mexico under Ultimo Dragon. Down there, starting at the age of 16. Made his debut there against a bona fide legend in Lucha Libre named Negro Navarro. Certainly to go into that type of competition from Jump Street shows that Okada had all the tools from day one.
I think he's a natural blonde.
I would somehow doubt that. I don't think that pertains to the match.
Touche.
Sabin elevates himself.
Wow.
Check out the vertical leap.
Yep, that's all 6'3" of Okada, the Rainmaker.
Okada, the first wrestler in 25 years to win back-to-back MVP awards from the famed Tokyo Sports Media outlet.
That's a very hard honor to come by once, nonetheless twice. Very fickle sports writers in Japan.
Last recipient back-to-back was Tenryu in the late 80s. Now, is Okada going to look to slow down this pace from Sabin's record?
I think Okada is going to look to rely on his natural instincts. I mean, we've been talking so much about all the things Okada has accomplished from an early age, and the abilities and the instincts are just innate. And I think that's what Okada will rely on.
Do you think it favors Okada to have this matchup on the outside? the time being?
I think it favors Okada to be standing on his feet and to have Chris Sabin on his rear.
Certainly.
As Okada picks Sabin right up. And puts him back down. Oh, gosh.
Oh, now that is a disrespectful cover. Far cry from the handshake we saw moments ago.
Looks to be a modified sugar hold here. You notice Sabin doing his best to keep his head and chin up. If Sabin's chin goes down, and Okada has changed the hold now, pulling back on Sabin's head, the pressure on the back of Sabin's neck. Sabin needs to get to the vertical base to alleviate the pressure.
Breaks the grasp of Okada. Sabin looking for head of steam. And let's keep in mind the resolve of Sabin as well. Great elevation on that senton.
The senton, hang on.
Cover, 2-0.
Senton seems to be a favorite move here, and if you think about it, it's a very practical move. All of your weight right down onto your opponent.
Notice so far, Okada gets the most out of absolutely everything he does. There's no wasted motion. He maximizes the impact of everything. Listen,
New Japan Wrestling is white hot right now, all across the world, not only in Japan. And one of the reasons for New Japan's resurgence and great financial success is the man you're looking at right now, Okada.
This brings him another senton variation. Shane, late great Eddie Guerrero. Himself a New Japan alumnus.
Notice the pacing of Okada. It's a slow, methodical pace. Many of the New Japan superstars tonight have employed this pace.
And you got to wonder when the last time Chris Sabin has been in a battle quite like this. Could there be rust when it comes to this style, this length of match? Sabin certainly used to a certain kind of opponent in his prior employer, and I would venture to say Okada, nothing like any of those. Split second counter, Sabin.
And this shows me that Sabin needs the pace to quicken for Sabin to be effective here.
And one of Sabin's specialties, those lightning fast enziguri style kicks right around the head and neck.
Okada seemed to be reaching for his jugular, carotid artery, which is of course the flow of blood to the brain.
And let's keep in mind the resolve of Chris Sabin. Serious injuries to his knee, his patella. He blew out both of his different knees in consecutive years, was on the shelf the better part of 2 years, but still came back as good as ever.
Professional wrestlers are the greatest, toughest athletes on the face of the planet.
Sabin up and over.
Here we go. Pace starting to quicken now. Favors Chris Sabin.
Okada may have landed bridge of the nose first. Sabin, Hurricane Rana, and Okada on the defensive.
That's right, the X Division style of Chris Sabin starting to take hold here. Okada has no idea where he is. Welcome to Border City Wrestling.
Pescado to the outside. Let's not forget about Chris Sabin's pedigree. He's held tag team gold in Japan as well, along with Shelley. Sabin won his first X Division championship at, I believe, the age of 20 or 21. He's been groomed for success from day one in his own right.
Yeah, but sometimes the success at a young age actually has a negative effect because you don't have the maturity to appreciate it and learn from it. I don't know if that applies with Chris Sabin, but it's something to keep in mind.
Crossbody. Split second to get on top, though, and Okada slips out.
How you deal with adversity is what makes or breaks a great professional wrestler.
Sabin tuning up another band. This will be impactful.
DDT.
Oh, another Sabin specialty. So fluid, hooks the leg, 2-0.
So much riding on this match, Joe.
The winner of this matchup wins the series for their respective team. Of course, Sabin representing Border City Wrestling, Okada, New Japan Pro Wrestling. And what a great stroke of luck for both sides to have these individual representatives in the final slot.
And understand that the officials of New Japan are watching.
Sabin could be going for cradle shock, counter.
Not only watching their own boys, but watching the Border City guys as well. You know, when the Americans get invited over, or the Canadians get invited over to New Japan, their career embarks on an entire new trajectory, and you have to believe that has to be in the back of Chris Sabin's mind as well.
Again, respect to both sides from these fans here in Windsor, Border City fans, but certainly if they weren't New Japan fans coming in, they are now.
Oh boy.
Oh! Sabin dropped right in the back of his neck. And Okada staying on his man. Up top. Elbow nicely done, but not following through. Now could we be seeing the ego of the Rainmaker?
Here we go. The ominous clouds are moving in. Cloudy with a chance of showers. Here we go. Rainmaker time. No.
Sabin had it scouted. Neck breaker. And Sabin creates a reprieve for himself to shake the cobwebs.
Notice the spacing between the two competitors. Their backs are to one another. They have no idea where their opponents are. Whomever gets up first is going to have a distinct advantage. It looks like it's going to be Chris Sabin. Although Okada spies Sabin.
Yeah, not by much.
Great counter there by Okada.
Tombstone pile driver. Sabin counters. Could be cradle shock, a second attempt. Sabin's put many away.
The long body of Okada makes it very difficult.
Crucifix. Shoulders trapped. Sabin's done it. No.
Whoops, 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 whoops.
Second attempt.
No. Oh, I don't know about that, ref.
Now you can see Sabin, hands clenched tightly with all of his might, trying to keep Okada down, but not enough.
Wow!
That'll do it. No. Never seen someone elevated just straight up like an exclamation point like that and brought down in quite that way. All the impact absorbed on the head and neck, and you can see Sabin a rough time moving.
Goes back. Notice the placement of Okada's hands right there, right on Sabin's neck. Whoops.
Sabin puts the brakes on.
Yeah, but what does Sabin have left? Look at his stomach going in and out, his mouth wide open. That's the sign of a tired fighter. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
No. Contact made with the official. Accidental, of course, and Sabin can't believe what he just did, and now no law in the ring. Best of 5 series at stake. Sabin has this one.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, did it really fall? It doesn't make a sound.
Nobody could beat Okada in over a year in New Japan, but Sabin had it done, but unofficially.
Bang!
Beautiful drop kick, picture perfect.
Here we go, here we go. Wow, all at once the clouds are parted. Rainmaker hit, 1, 2, 3!
New Japan takes the victory back home.
Here is your winner, Kazuchika Okada!
In the best of 5 series for bragging rights across the world, it is so fitting that the man named Okada brings glory to New Japan Pro Wrestling.